Nonito Donaire's counter left hook is his most effective punch, but something you could learn from and utilize yourself is that every single counter he does has a deliberate setup before the punch is thrown. The basic lesson in counterpunching is to put yourself in a position that invites a certain punch and then counter that punch when it comes. The most skilled counterpunchers can deceive their opponents before landing the killing blow. Take this KO of the year against Fernando Montiel for example. Notice how Donaire has both of his hands held high and his shoulders relatively square. This not only baits Montiel to throw a straight punch, but also acts as a pre-wind-up for a left hook. Floyd Mayweather does the same thing when he's looking to land a counter left hook. That is because this stance is built to bait the very punch it's designed to counter, the straight right hand. Donaire further baits the right hand by circling to his left and closer to Montiel's right hand. So there you see Donaire bait the right hand and then counter over the top as soon as the right hand comes. Here again against Montiel, Donaire lands a counter left hook by throwing a straight right to bait a counter left hook from Montiel. However, this is a trap set by Donaire to counter Montiel's counter with his own counter left hook. The lesson here is that you can set up a counter by throwing a punch that baits the exact punch you want to counter, and then counter that punch when it comes. So here Montiel is going to throw a jab to the body, which Donaire catches with his elbow. And now that Montiel is open on his right side, Donaire is going to try to counter with a straight right hand. But this was a bait from Montiel to try to get Donaire to throw that right hand because he knows Donaire is an excellent counterpuncher. So this is Montiel's way of setting up a counter left hook. So he baits that counter right from Donaire so he could set up this left hook here, but Donaire knows this. So he's going to duck under the left hook and set up his own left hook. See, boxing is about having the most layers, and if you could deceive your opponent and basically counter your opponent's counter, you're more likely to be the better counterpuncher. And here most recently against Ryan Burnett, Donaire shows that you can set up a counter by applying pressure to bait a jab from your opponent. When you have momentum on your side and you start pressuring your opponent will most likely try to fend you off with jabs. The thing is, there's usually a right hand following the jab, so if you fire the left hook as soon as the jab comes, your left hook will counter the right hand before it even comes. Just make sure you don't take the jab flush. So watch here as Donaire catches the touch jab from Burnett and immediately fires the left hook, countering Ryan Burnett's right hand before he even throws it. Beautiful counter left hook to the body, and this might have been what caused Ryan Burnett's back injury.